What I do notice though is that I guess my face got tan this weekend because I'm looking at this going, my face looks tan.
Nice.
We'll see. Let's see if we have anybody join us late at 1:22 for What's New Wednesday at Not Your Mama's Quilt Store. I'm here. Here we go. Okay, is that Debbie watching or is that somebody else watching? Give me a shout out. No, you can just say, hey, Tisha, just shout out that you're here. Just let us know that you are here. Instagram says it's not. We're having trouble streaming to Instagram. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Let me know you're here. I'm Tisha Copeland at Not Your Mama's Quilt Store, and today is What's New Wednesday. And I see some people looking. I'm gonna pull them back over here with me on camera. I might get y'all on camera with me over here. We always have extra people on camera to come and see what's going on. So thank you all so much for joining us today. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stay on because we just got really busy really fast. And I'd rather be out on the floor showing people. Thank you, Ladybug. Hello. Ladybug, why are you saying help? What does that mean? Miss Ladybug, why are you saying help? Okay, I'm going to keep talking until I see your response. Where are you? Okay, it was hello. All right. Okay. Me das un ataque de corazón. You scare me. Don't do that. You give me a heart attack. I was like, okay, where are you? Tell me where you're at. If you need help, tell me where you are. I'll call 911 for you. Okay. All right. Now that we're back on track, thanks so much for joining us. We got a little bit busy today, so I was a little bit late getting on, but we're here now, and I have lots of fun stuff to show you. So this is Tisha Copeland at What Not Your Mama's Quilt Store in Plano, Texas, and I have some fun things to show you for What's New Wednesday, stuff we've got going on in the store. Some of the first things I want to tell you about, though, is that we have our demos this coming Saturday. We are going to be demoing here, and we are demoing the bias binding ruler. Now, this is going to allow you to cut exactly on the bias of a fabric to put a bias binding on your quilts. And do you know why bias bindings are preferred for quilting? Does anybody know that? Hello, Miss Carolyn. Hello from Colorado. It is preferred because on a bias binding, you have the threads of the fabric cut at an angle. Therefore, they're stronger to hold up over time than a regular binding that's cut on the grain or against the grain, because those threads are going straight up and down this way. When you have a bias, they're still going up and down, but you've cut them at an angle, so now they're going like this. That makes a stronger binding for your quilts. It'll last longer because in a quilt, that is normally the thing that kind of goes bad first, is the edge of a binding. The other thing is, if you're using a bias binding, you're able to go around curves, scallops, corners, anything like that much easier because you've got the stretch of the bias. Y'all are making me nervous now because you've got the stretch of the bias doing that. So you might also be familiar with bias folding and bias pieces. When you are doing applique, you use it for stems quite often. And so that is why people like biases, bias fabric or bias bindings. Y'all can what? Bring a chair over. So you don't have to sit, bring a chair over. They're right in there. You can stand behind me. No, no, no. I was teasing y'all. See, Libby's not shy. No, look. not shy. Go grab a chair. Okay, hold on.
I love your blouse. I was trying to watch you at home and I couldn't get it to come up.
Are you that close to the
Yes, I live across the street.
I was helping some ladies out on the floor, so. Oh, yeah. 30 seconds. Okay. I'm back. Okay. So that's what we're going to be demoing this Saturday. It's going to be great. If you have a chance, stop by. I'll also be teaching an English paper piecing class this coming Saturday. Although it might be full, I'm not sure. I have to check and see on that. We have a jelly roll. Oh, goodness, look at my hair. I got to go get my roots done. Get my roots done. Can you see I haven't done that? So I will also be teaching a jelly roll rug class tomorrow and Friday. There are still some openings in that. You should come and do that. If you've always wanted to make a jelly roll rug, they're fun to make and kind of surprisingly easy to make. So there's still time for you to do that. You can actually get your supplies here in the morning. If you just want to, or if you decide you want to do that for tomorrow, all you have to do is sew your jelly roll strips together end to end to end to end, and you're ready for the class. You can register online if you decide you want to do that, and we still have room. Let's see. Boast and Toast this Saturday. This is where you bring over the stuff you've been working on and you get to show it off to other people who are sewers and quilters like you. It's always fun for Boast and Toast because you get to show off fabrics that you are or projects you're working on to other people who understand the process or appreciate the process. So that is coming up this coming Saturday as well. But next Friday or next Wednesday, we have the hand sewing club that meets the second and fourth Wednesdays of the month. Really fun bunch of ladies. You can set it down. Thank you. Fun bunch of ladies that come in, sit here and sew from 9 to 11. It's just a relaxing time, good friendships. Everybody's working on some kind of hand project. It doesn't have to be English paper piecing. It can be on any kind of hand sewing you want to do, which translates to no machines. So even if you want to come and knit or crochet or something, that's fine. We're okay with that. Then next Friday is our first Finish It Friday. So this is a day that we open up our classroom and you can bring your project that you're working on for the Saturday sampler and finish it before it's due on Saturday. So it should be one block you're working on. I know some people work on it at the last minute, sometimes Saturday before the meeting or Friday night late. If you have an opportunity, come to our Finish It Friday. You can come anytime between 10:30 and 5. Well, let's say 4:30 and get it worked on. We will help you if you get stuck. Not only that, but if you're working on a UFO or you're just trying to finish anything, maybe for your UFO projects, maybe for block of the month, anything like that, you can come over on that Friday. It's $5 to reserve your spot just so that we're sure everybody has some place to sit, and you can come and work on your project here. You can use our design walls. You can come out and ask for help. I say come out because we'll be out on the floor, but we all know how to do the stuff. So just come out, find one of us here, and we will be happy to help you. So those are some of the fun things that are going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. Um, let's see. Those are for later on. So some of the things, I love how Debbie gives me classes. Oh, the Jelly Roll Rug class is going to be online also. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. That's kind of important. So if you want to sign up for the Jelly Roll Rug class and you don't live close by, we are also doing it online. Yay! It's a learning curve, okay? We're working on it. We're working on it. Hi, Amy. How are you? So good to see you. So great to see you. So I want to show you some of the new things that came in, and then I have an extra special treat to show you. This one I just love. So this is a new book that just came in, and oh, there she goes. I'm glad she found it. It's this. I don't know what to think about this light. Let me see if I turn it off. Okay, it's better that way. So this is a new little book that came out, Keepsake Baby Quilts from Scraps. You're going to get 9 patterns in here. This book is really well priced. It is only $9.99. So you're paying $1 for each pattern. You can't get better than that. This is, and yes, Debbie, I pulled it out of one of the boxes, so you can't find it online yet. It'll be on there in just a little bit as she's furiously going through the website trying to find it. So this has a lot of fun little projects in here, just things that you can whip out really quickly with any kind of scraps that you have at home. It's a sweet little quilt, something that you can gift to a baby or a toddler, or some of them are cute enough. Look at this. That doesn't have to go to a baby or toddler. Not only that, but it's showing you how to do, is she showing you how to do that? The curvy border? I think so, which is pretty cool. So that'll have, oh yeah, look, the quilt scallop pattern. Yeah, so she's showing you how to curve it on the edges, which is really cool. So this is a great little book that we just got in. Another one that we got in from Annie's Quilting, which is the name of this particular publisher. Quick and easy sewing, just fun little projects. I love these little cats right here because that's something that you can gift to somebody and they can put it right next to their sewing machine. But even if you gave that to one of your little girlfriends, one of the little girls, they would love to get something like that. I'd love it. I'm an old girl and I would love that. I think that's fun. And then just some cute little bags, wall hangings, oven mitts. Here's another little basket you can see right there. Fun little things. Ooh, look, a wine tote. Who doesn't have stray blocks sitting at home? And you can make a little wine tote. Look at this one. That's one of those little casserole carriers like we did the pattern for our shop hop. It's a little bit different, but that's easy to do. A fun thing, those look like cookies. Those don't really look real. Those look like little cookies. So oh, that's a potato bag. Man, I thought that was potato. Like, what is that? So, a potato bag warmer, fun things in here. This is another one. You've got 20 projects in here. $9.99. That's a deal. I love that little project, those little projects like that. Then, a book we just got in, and I was really excited to see this, perfectly pieced quilt backs. So, you know how sometimes you finish a quilt and you've got the leftover pieces and you don't know what to do with them, or they just go into the stash? This book is going to give you ideas of what to do with those leftover pieces for your quilt back and how to get it to fit, how to get it to work with your quilt front. And it allows you to use up some of that extra fabric that you had, allows you to incorporate some of the design, especially if you have some of the blocks left over. If you have scraps left over and you want to make it scrappy. This is, oh, look, here's some big ones right here that you can use up some big pieces of fabric. And you're able to add a little bit of a final touch to the quilt you were working on by having perfectly pieced backs. So this is really nice. It also says download 18 bonus quilt patterns. That's pretty cool. This book is going to run $22.99, and you have just got so many ideas in here of what you can do. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, you know what? I can think of my own quilt backs. I really don't need to have the book to tell me what to do with it. I can think of my own quilt backs because it's not that hard. But then when you're sitting there working on it and you're like, these are all the pieces I have now. I don't want to do, what do I do? And you go, I don't want to have to go look it up. I don't want to have to think about the measurements. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I get it because I do the same thing. You have this, it takes all that thought process out for you. So, what else do we have? Yes. So there is a cute class coming up. We'll come all the way up here. There is a class coming up for kids learning how to sew on their sewing machine. It is the first weekend in March, if I am not mistaken. I don't have it on here, but I'll be putting it on the calendar. This is going to be our little kid project right here. It is a little cuddle bug. These are done with just 5 fat quarters, super easy to do. You've got this pocket right here, these pockets right here, and then right here, the body, and this is another back body. You can put some cute little, what do you call it? Trim, zigzag trim like that on there, and it makes the little legs. And what's super cute about that is that for the kids, it's designed, let me see, for them to be able to hug it like this. Okay, is she over there? Are you watching, Debbie? Let me see if I can do this on my own. I don't want to remove. I did it. Okay, so see, you can go like this. Put your hands in the pockets like this. Isn't that cute? And they can hug it like that. So this makes it really nice, even if you want to make these to donate to people or donate to organizations. Super cute. This is a project that we will have for children in our sewing class. And if I'm not mistaken, it is the first weekend in March that we're going to be doing this sewing class. Putting more classes on the agenda is on my to-do list for today. So if you don't see it right now, you will see it by the end of the month. I mean, the end of the day, not the end of the month, the end of the day. Okay, so let me show you something else. The Lone Star. Still a little bit wonky, but we're not going to worry about it. Look at this. How cute is this? Lone Star. You know who made this? Kathy made this. Kathy Scott, who works here, she made the Lone Star using the 1 inch. No. Yes? I'll have to ask her. The 1 inch easy piecing grid. Remember I showed you all the grid last month, or yeah, I guess maybe it was a month ago. And it was where you iron down all your little pieces of fabric, then you fold it over, sew your seams, and you do that all one way, and then you go back and you do it the other way. That's what she did with this one. Let me see if I can switch this again. Oops. There, Miss Kathy. Did you do this with the 1 inch or the 3/4 inch?
That was done with the 1 inch pieces and it came out to be a half an inch.
Okay, so it is done with the 1 inch pieces and it came out to be a 1/2 inch size. So the Lone Star, let me show you the back of it. It is so cool.
And it was a cross stitch pattern.
Oh, she adapted it from a cross stitch pattern. How cool is that? So she had a cross stitch pattern and she adapted it to this using the 1 inch grid. And then when you do all the folding and ironing and snipping and all of that, it finishes at 1/2 inch. Look how cool this is right here. I love the back of it. As a matter of fact, when she came over to show it to me this afternoon, when she came over to show it to me, I thought this was the project. And I was really liking it just like that. I was like, oh, that is so cool. I thought it was like chenille, sort of like chenille. And I was like, that is so cool. Look how it feels. And she was like, yeah, you big dummy, turn it around. And so she showed me this. So again, this is really, really cool and just showing how easily you can adapt these from another project that you're working on. This turned out to be 1/2 inch finished sizes working with the 1-inch grid. This is so cute. If you haven't tried this 1-inch grid, oh man, I haven't tried it yet. And I want you all to try it because I don't get to sew as much as I thought I would. I carry stuff with me back and forth and I don't get to sew. This is super cute. Can I get a round of applause, please? Give me some. Oh, thank you, Livy. So this is just fun. And then the last thing I wanted to show you today is, let me see if I can turn these lights back on now. There we go. This new line that we have from Gingerbread. Gingerbread, Stacy Bloomfield is the designer behind Gingerbread, and she really does some uh, pretty designs. And she tends to work in a particular color palette of her own, so that even some of her older fabrics will tie in with some of her newer lines, which I always think is fun. I love to be able to use some of my scraps from older projects and incorporate it to new projects. Now, Stacy Bloomfield is a surface designer, and what that means is that her designs are sold to a lot of commercial different products. So you might see her on baby clothing. You might see some of her designs on baby clothing. You might see it on wallpaper. You might see it on dishes, the water bottles, anything like that. That's what surface designers do, is they sell their artwork. She's an exclusive designer for Moda. So she does design her stuff for Moda. And then you might see some of these designs also on the other surfaces, as I was just saying. This is her newest one that we just got in. So pretty. I love all the colors in it. It is a huge line. I want to say it's 31 bolts or 28 bolts, something like that. I didn't bring them all out because it's too many of them to show you, but I brought kind of my favorite ones. This being one of the main color ways and main prints. Then you have this with some really cute little daisies. I love these little daisies. And I love how happy they are. You've got them going every which way. I'm going to come down a little bit. Every which way. They're kind of tilting this way, tilting that way, tilting the other way. You've got the white daisy with the little orange center and the green right there. And then this olivey green right here ties in so pretty with this color right here on her main print. It's kind of a gold. You can also call it I'm trying to get this to lay flat. You can also call it an olive green. I would call it oregano because we have a thread color that we do quilting with, and the name of that thread is called oregano, and it goes with everything. It's the craziest thing ever. It goes with everything. If I need it to be gold, it looks gold. If I need it to be green, it looks green. If I need it to be brown, it looks brown. It's the craziest thread, oregano. And that's what I would quilt this with. But that's the color. It's got this really pretty kind of goldish green color. The next one that I think is so pretty, and it's just a cute little background also, is this one. This little light, creamy, very light cream background with little tiny flowers. I mean, look how little they are compared to my hand. And they're all different multicolored. You can see they match the line right there. They're all multicolored and they have a little black center. So this is pretty even for a background. Even if you're not going to make something with her whole fabric line, sometimes I like to use different backgrounds for my projects that aren't necessarily a straight white or cream. And this really fits the bill because it's got a bunch of colors in it. So I'm not stuck with just using pink or just blue because it pulls in a bunch of different colors. So this is really pretty. This line is called Imaginary Flowers, and it's by Gingerbread, and it's Gingiber. So it's Gingerbread. And that's what this is. Also, you can see it right here. She has a quote on the edge of her selvage right here. There are always flowers for those who want to see them, by Matisse. Oh, there's your deep thought for today. And there are always flowers for those who want to see them. And look how cute the selvage is right here, also with these little flowers. I love that, all the little colorways. So this is another pretty one. Now, and remember, I'm only showing you a smattering because we have a lot of this line. Here is another green. This has that little blush pink right there with the darker green, the white, and then this other um, goldish greenish that we were talking about that goes right here. I love the different sizes. You've got the little tiny flowers right here, just like that, that are going to match this size right here. You've got the little medium sized flowers like this that match this size. You see these little tulips right here, and they're going to match this size. And then you've got the larger ones, the white ones, that are going to tie into some of the larger flowers over here. Really, really fun line. Here is one that I can't wait to start doing some English paper piecing with this because it's got lines going in all the right directions. If you like to do some fussy cutting with English paper piecing, I'm thinking this is going to be super cool. So you've got a row of little star flowers, it looks like, then tulips, some little nondescript flowers, I don't know, some little pollen dots. Then you've got some sunflowers right there, leaves. I love the different rows on all of this and all the different colors, how it's just pulling it all together. Look how cute this looks right next to this. I love those two together. You've got all the different colors to pull in. And if you want to, this dark rust and the blush, well, it's not really blush, it's rust and like a dark salmon color right there. You can pull out those colors more if you want to. You can also introduce this color right here because around these little star daisies you've got this color again that's tying in right here, so they all play so well together. You've got your large scale, your medium scale, your small scale, and then your teeny weeny scale. Look how pretty that looks. So you've got all different scales right there. And then always my favorite prints are something that are a little bit geometric plus tone on tone. And I love to play with these because it adds interest to my quilts when I'm working on it without introducing another color. So with the tone on tone, I've got the dark green on top of the green, but it's just a lighter shade. And it's geometric in that you've got these lines right here with the long leaves, and you've got everything spaced very perfectly. You've got duplicate, what would you call it? I can't think where this is the exact opposite of this right here. So that's what gives it that geometric look where they printed it one way, it's designed one way, and then just flipped over on the other side right here. So you see that in these areas. See where it curves like this and it curves right there. You've got a leaf here and a leaf here. So you've got the same thing on the opposite side. If I do it like this or like this, you see it the same way, both sides. So this is always one of my favorite prints, is to have a tone on tone with a little bit of geometric, but also some movement with the curves. So that's where these leaves come in right there. These curves right here, you've got the curves on the edges of these right here. So it kind of dips its toe into both arenas, the very geometric, mathematical perfection side, and then also the very flowy kind of artistic look with it. And the tone on tone means that I don't have to look for a color that goes with it because it's already tone on tone. And sometimes you can't see the design until you walk up close, which makes it really nice also, because when you walk up close to the quilt, you go, oh my gosh, look how pretty. I didn't see that before. And I love doing that with my quilts also. So what do y'all think about that? I think they're pretty cool. I love this line. We have a sample quilt that's up, and you can look for it on our website later, or maybe on Facebook, because we already did the sample quilt. Nancy, the sewing person here who goes home and I swear she just waves a magic wand and gets them all done. She went home and took it, worked on a quilt. She's got some more she's going to be doing for us. Came out so cute, and it's just looks, it sparkles on our wall. It's adorable. So I hope you have enjoyed. Let me see if I can get this back. The hair went back. Yes, I got hot. I'm talking, having too much fun. I got hot. So yes, the hair went back. Um, so I hope you enjoyed everything I showed you today. We have lots of fun stuff going on. The shop hop starts in 2 weeks. I'm excited. I'm still a little panicky and what do you call it? Confused about what's going on, but I think it's going to be great. We've got plans going on, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Stop in and visit us. This weekend we'll be talking about the binding ruler, which always makes for a beautiful bias binding. We'll be talking about that and so much more. I'm happy you joined us here. I'm Tisha Copeland at Not Your Mama's Quilt Store in Plano, Texas. And this was What's New Wednesday. We will see you next week again at 1 o'clock. Bye.